Hello beautiful people, and welcome back for our appointment with a cup of tea. Have your coffee or tea ready and let's start. Hello, this is Lamia Barbara from Casa Mago. I am a dancer and teacher from Italy. I've been teaching dance and yoga internationally for more than 10 years in over 15 countries all around the world, and I'm here to share with you some of my experiences during my travelings, years of training and teaching about dance and yoga topics. If you'd like to follow me, remember to subscribe to my channel. Today we talk about inspiration. How to find inspiration when we feel uninspired during our creative journey. This happened to me many times, and I know you can find a lot of strategies. If you talk with different creative people, they will give you different ideas and tools. But today I would love to share it with you, rather than strategies, a different point of view on the subject. First thing first, when we talk about ideas and inspiration, we have this preconception that ideas are a product of our brain. Now let's imagine just for a moment that ideas are not a product of our brain, rather some kind of frequencies we can intercept like a radio. They come and visit us, but we need to be able to listen. So when we feel uninspired, that's because we forgot how to listen, because listening requires silence, inner silence. What does it mean, inner silence? Our mind has the natural ability to cleanse itself from hypertrophic overthinking, and this is inner silence. I don't know if this happened to you, but sometimes it happens to me that I'm so much into my thinking about, I don't know, something, whatever, that maybe someone is talking to me and then I'm missing everything that he or he's saying, and then at some point I'm like, whoa, okay, wait, can you go back from the very top, because I didn't listen at all. And this is the same with our ideas, with the ideas that come and visit us. If we are too much into our brain bubbles and we are overthinking, we probably can't listen to what they would like to say. So I know what you might think. You're like, okay, Lamia, but this is very metaphysical. What can we do? And here I am to share with you my little tips that I gathered through all my years of creative process and being an artist. And I'm very sure that these tips can be very helpful in your journey too. Inner silence can be cultivated through many medias that we will see in a moment. But first and most importantly, has to be recognized. Recognized as the most deepest and truest nature of our own mind. Like a blank page where all colors can dance. Imagine a book. I am a grandma coming to technology, I admit it. I always say that, and I love books, I love papers, I love to write with paper and pen. You know, when you're reading a book, you're reading the letters, of course, which create words, which create sentences, which create meanings. But those letters and words and sentences can never reveal their meanings if not for thanks to the blank space, the empty space which is behind. So how to cultivate inner silence? I have 3 possible tips to share with you today. The first one is repetitive gesture. When I say repetitive, I don't mean mechanical. Repetitive is not some mindless repetition of actions with no attention. Repetition means we're giving attention to something, but we're not actually thinking about something. We're allowing the body to do things that we don't need to think of. This is why my best ideas usually come when I'm driving, when I'm walking, when I'm under the shower. These are all actions that my body is doing, and my mind can just, relax for a moment and think, because it doesn't have to do something specifically. Another tip, which helps me a lot, is what I call immersion in beauty. What do I mean with beauty. Usually the first thing that comes to my mind for me, beauty, is nature. It can be a park, it can be the seaside, it can be a mountain, it can be a beautiful tree. But beauty can also mean so many things, and this depends on you. Like for me, for example, I love to walk on the streets of Palermo, which is the city where I live now, and I love to look at the walls. The city center of Palermo is rich of very old buildings, and the walls are all decaying in front of my eyes. Every day they're different. And I know it sounds crazy, but I love to look at the textures of the walls, and I can stay there and look at them like for hours. For someone else, music can be immersion in beauty. For someone else, an art exhibition or a theater or live music, whatever. This conscious immersion in beauty allows the mind, again, this is the same process, to relax from the hypertrophic overthinking, to sink, and to allow that inner silence to rise again, so that we are able to listen. The last tip that I have is what I call control chaos. So sometimes when I am truly uninspired, I'm like super overthinking, what should I do, how should I do, I can't find any solution. I just go, my main media is dance. I just go in my dance studio and I just throw movement with no specific whatever. I just throw movements. It can be everything. Just walking like an old man, or maybe standing and looking at something and maybe fall. I don't know, I just throw movement with no sequence. So control chaos for me is to give me a frame. In this case for me is of course my body, and also the space of the room where I dance, my beautiful dance studio. And in that frame, I just allow whatever happens. So it's movement, but it's not preordinated. And this is actually when the best things come up. And I'm like, wow, I couldn't think something like that. To recognize our inner silence as the very truest and deepest nature of our mind can really help us to become more inspired in our dance journey. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope this video will help you to find your inspiration and to be able to listen more to your own ideas. If you like this video and would love to see more, support me on Patreon. With your support, I can create more content with better quality. See you soon. Namaste.